So this week kind of blew up. Sam Altman's OpenAI launched 3 new models and rebuilt their whole app. Elon Musk's Grok dropped a brand new one too. And then you've got Claude sitting there with their best model, Fable. So I thought, why not give all 3 the exact same prompt and just see what each one builds. So I give them one simple line to build me a game like GTA, and one of them takes that single sentence and runs way further with it than I expected. So I figured, let's just put all 3 side by side with the same prompt and see who really pulls it off. But look, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Every single week, it's a new model, a new launch. Like, come on, which one are we even supposed to use? Do we just keep switching every time something new drops? That's exactly what this video is going to clear up. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which AI you should be using and for what. And quick thing before we jump in, every prompt I'm using today with some additional resources is already in my WhatsApp community. So grab them from the link below and build along with me. But before I put them to work, let me quickly show you what we're working with. ChatGPT just rebuilt their whole app. If you open it now, then you've got 2 modes inside, Work and Codex. Work is for getting things done. Presentations, files, research, planning your week, automating your routine. And Codex is the builder, apps, tools, features, fixing bugs. And here's what people get wrong. They see the word Codex and think it's just for developers. It's for anyone who wants to build something, even if you've never opened a code editor. Now, the models. GPT-5.6 comes with 3 of them, and the easiest way to think about them is as 3 brains. The top one's the smartest. For the really hard stuff, it thinks the most and it costs the most. The middle one's your balance. Smart, but cheaper, your everyday one. And the lightest ones for when the plan's already clear and you just want it to go and do it. Then you dial the effort, light, medium, high, extra, all the way up to ultra, which is the priciest but also the fastest and smartest. And you decide how much freedom it gets. You can make it check with you at every step, or set it to approve for me where it only stops for something risky and handles the rest itself. So when I build the games in a second, I push the effort right up and set it to approve for me. And that's how it builds, tests and fixes its own bugs while I just sit and watch. So here are the players going head to head, and each one is a brand new release. ChatGPT's brought GPT 5.6, Grok just dropped their new Grok 4.5, and Fable is Claude's brand new model. Claude's rebuilt their app too, so I'll come back to that side later. But right now, let's put them all to work. Same prompt each time. First game up, GTA. So here's the brief, and it's the same for all 3. Build me a GTA style game, get it to feature parity, test it yourself, and fix your own bugs. That's the whole prompt, and you can follow along with it. Let's see what comes back. First up, Grok 4.5. So here's what it gives me, a game called Metro Rush, and it's okay. You've got cars, you've got police, you can crash and pick up a wanted level, but watch it move. It's laggy, it's a bit slow, and it takes a lot of back and forth before anything really works. You crash, the cops show up, and that's kind of it. It's a start, but it's not a real game yet. Next up, GPT 5.6 with one called Neon Burrow, built in Three.js. And this is a real step up. You've got a proper open world. You can walk around, get in a car, drive it, get back out. And the moment you cause some chaos, it gives you the 5-star wanted system, just like the real thing. Nobody really dies. It's clean and it holds together as a world. Pretty solid. And now, Fable. This one's called Apex City. And look, I want to be fair here, all 3 are good in their own way. Grok gives you a starting point, GPT gives you a proper open world with the 5 stars and everything, but my favorite, by a bit, is Fable's Apex City. And you can see why right on the screen. Watch the city. The light shifts into a sunset while you drive and the whole mood changes with it. You get a 2-star level. The cars grip the road, and for me, it just feels the most real. One thing though, GPT does have an edge here. You can push its version straight to a live link from ChatGPT and send it to a friend. Hold that thought. So round 1 on how real the world feels goes to Fable, but it's closer than you'd think. And a quick one, every prompt I'm using here is sitting in my Staying Ahead community. Links in the description so you can grab them and build these yourself. Now, Minecraft, and if you've somehow never played it, it's the block building game half the world grew up on. Watch what the winner does with sound. Okay, round 2. This time I want a Minecraft, same 3 models, same single prompt, and off they go. Grok goes first again with something called voxelcraft, and it's close. The world looks right, the blocks are all there. But there's a lot missing. You can't really kill the mobs. there are no sheep anywhere and there's no water at all. So from a distance, it looks like Minecraft, but the moment you start playing, it doesn't quite feel like it yet. GPT 5.6 does a lot better. This one really feels like Minecraft. You walk up to an oak tree, chop it, and it drops. The blocks behave, you've got a controller, and it even runs its own weather, going from rain to clear skies while you play. It's live, you control all of it. Pretty solid. And now Fable again. And here's the interesting part. Fable's Minecraft has sound. You hit a mob and you can hear it. It turns and runs from you. There's water, there's sand, and the whole thing just feels like the game I grew up on, right? And you can play it. Place blocks, move around, all of it live in the browser. I've built a lot of things with a lot of AIs, and this is the first one that hands me a world I can hear. That's the game. So round 2 is the closest of the lot. Fable takes it for me, just for that sound, but GPT is right there. And if you care more about the classic block feel than the audio, you could call this one either way. So take your pick. Next up though, something that isn't a game at all, a 30-second Apple ad. And this is the test I found the most interesting. Round 3, and this time it's not a game at all. I give each model the same mood board, just a few reference images and the scenes I want, and one line, make me a 30-second launch film for the iPhone 18 in the style of a real Apple ad, built as an HTML file using Three.js. That's the whole prompt. So Grok takes a swing at it. It takes my mood board and reshapes the whole look of the phone, the body, even the port. You can tell it's trying, but it's just not quite the ad. Decent effort. GPT 5.6 gets a lot closer. You can see it study the lens and the body, and it works hard to match the exact frames I gave it. And it holds that Apple feel pretty well. And now Fable, it shows all 4 phones perfectly. Look at the reflections, the lighting, the way the material catches the light. This is the kind of thing you'd normally pay a whole motion team to make. And remember what this really is. It's one HTML file, it's Three.js, no video editor, no After Effects, no render farm. An AI just wrote a 30-second Apple ad as a web page. And on this one, the ad, the gap is the widest. Fables looks like Apple's own team made it, GPT gets close on the frames, and Grok reshapes it but doesn't quite land it. So across all 3 rounds, the builds I liked most were Fables. But here's the thing, the same app that just built these games runs your whole work life too. Let me show you what else it does. So you've seen it build games, but the same app plugs into your real day. Everything connects in one click: Chrome, GitHub, Notion, Google Calendar, ClickUp, Asana, Dropbox, Canva, Figma. You can hand it your documents, your PDFs, your spreadsheets, and it just works with them. So let's say you basically live in Google Calendar all day. Let me show you what happens when I connect it. So I connect Google Calendar, I click install, pick my account, hit continue, and it's done. I'll skip the boring 30 seconds while it connects. And now I just tell it, in plain words, block my calendar today at 4 p.m. for lunch with a client. No menus, no forms, nothing. I just type it and hit enter. And there it is. It's on my real Google Calendar. 4 p.m. lunch with a client, written straight in from that one sentence. That's the difference, right? It doesn't tell me how to block my calendar. It just goes and blocks it for me. That's an assistant with hands. And it doesn't stop at the calendar. The same way, I can ask it to summarize my whole week, check where I'm free, even set up a full meeting for me. The calendar's just one of them. You plug in the tools you already use and it runs them for you. And if you want the really deep version of how all this works, I sat down with OpenAI on their own podcast and we went through every little detail. I'll link it below. But for now, let me show you the part of this app that runs your work on its own. So here's the engine of it. First, there's projects. You spin one up from scratch, just like you're used to, and everything for that one job lives together in one place. And right next to it, there's schedule, which is the part I really like. You set a daily briefing, a weekly review, or any automation you want, and it just runs on its own, checking in and coming back to you with updates without you ever having to ask. And my favorite little thing is this: while a task is running, you can open a side chat on the right, ask it something completely different, get your answer, and then drop that answer straight back into the task that's still going. So you're working right alongside it the whole time. Now remember Codex, the builder side, it does far more than these games, and there's one thing it does that I think is the most useful of the lot. So that same builder does far more than games. You can point it at a new feature, an app, or a tool, and it builds it. You can hand it code you already have and it'll review it, suggest changes and fix the bugs for you. And if you just want to understand how a bit of code works, it'll walk you through it line by line. And here's the one I love. It's called Sites. You build something, a web page, a tool, one of these game files, and instead of it just sitting on your computer, you type /sites and it deploys the whole thing to a real live link you can send to anyone. You don't have to run it locally, you don't have to host anything, you don't even need to know what hosting means. Friends, family, a client, you just send them a live link or a temporary one if you only need it for a minute. You build it, you share it, and that's how easy it is. Which brings me to the other side of all this, Claude. So, Claude, because someone's gonna ask, yeah, Claude does all of this too, or from the other side, and they've rebuilt their whole app as well. Inside Claude, you've got a home with chat and Cowork sitting side by side and a separate code section for building. You pick your model that's Fable and push the effort up to extra or max. And around it, the same kind of power, dispatch, where you pair it with your phone, customize, where all your skills, connectors and plugins live, artifacts, and a code toggle with all your sessions and routines. So Cowork is basically Claude's version of Work the No-Code, way to get things done, and Claude Code sits right next to it for building. So which one do you go with? Flex. Honestly, it comes down to what you're doing and what you want to spend. If you want affordable and fast for everyday work, GPT 5.6 has that middle and light model, and its Codex mode can push a build straight to a live site. If you want the most realistic finished builds, like those games, that's where Fable shines, but you'll be turning the effort up, and that costs more. And Grok is the cheapest way in right now, but it's also the roughest. So there's no single winner here, which brings me right back to where we started. There's no single winner. You pick the one that matches what you're building and how much you want to spend. Every prompt I used, the mood board, the exact settings, plus a bonus I promised, how to get the same result for way fewer tokens. It's all in my Staying Ahead community. Link in the description. Go build one of these tonight and send me what you make. And if you want to go even deeper on how all of this works, I sat down with a leader from OpenAI for 2 hours and we went through every little details. The link in the description, so go watch that one next. And if you're finding this stuff useful, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.